All right, we're at the what's it called?
It's called the
Piazza?
which is
Piazza
just like
de Signoria?
the square. Yeah, Della
This is a
Signoria.
cool place. So behind me, there's a whole bunch of mythology sculptures.
If you don't make it into the Gallery of Academia, which is where they house the David, like the original sculpture of the David, there's a lot of these ones there as well, and so it's kind of cool that you have an option to see them there as well as here. There is also a copy of the David on the square here. This is where it was originally placed when it was sculpted, so they put a replica here so that you could experience it the way it was meant to, which was here in the piazza.
And then we've got Neptune's Fountain, which is a very famous site here. But this plaza is way cool.
It really is. A couple key things around here too. At night, the fountain looks amazing with the lights on, so definitely try to hit it twice in a day if you're around.
And more importantly, the best sandwich shop or panini shop is right by here.
So,
do you remember what it's called?
No, I don't. We'll have to add it in the bottom here, but you just go.
It's like world
the
famous
David,
though.
Follow that little alley all the way back down. And you can't miss it because there's a line all the time.
Massive line.
Just wait in the line. Worth it.
Worth it. Well, and they go through fast. So even if
fast.
the line's long, they will just crank through.
2 locations next to each other. Doesn't matter which line you pick.
But know what you want to order so that you don't get up there and you're like, and then you get nervous.
We'll have to in the description. We'll tag them, and like if you click on, they have their full menu online, which is super helpful.
Literally amazing.
Or you just tell them what you got because that was amazing.
And then they're restoring a couple big statues there too, which are really cool. Or not statues, but sculptures. But this is just all over Florence, though. Like you come to square after square after square, and it's just fantastic. No, very walkable city. So when we first got here, we saw the bus system is actually kind of a pain.
Yes.
And we're like, dude, this sucks. And then as you walk, you find that you just really don't need transit. You just walk.
It's nice to have the bus when we had bags we were hauling to the apartment. And we've got the kids in tow with their baggage, but you can't buy tickets on the bus really, and so that whole ticket situation is frustrating. You can skip it once you get to your place and just walk everything and once you find it.
It's incredibly walkable. We've wandered probably 4 of the days we've been here, and every time. And you know, if you're more of a person who likes to prepare, I get that. Go through though, and you can plan it out really easily, and you'll get to everywhere you want to go. You'll see everything you want to see, and it's a fantastic city. I would strongly recommend a visit to Florence.
Italy, Florence. Okay, question of the day. Florence, Milan, Venice. Which is your favorite?
Florence is my favorite of the 3. I think you have to go to Venice.
It's an experience everyone should have. It's amazing, and especially because it may not be there.
You have to go. But if somebody were to say to me today, hey, we're taking a trip to Italy, we've got 4 days. Which city do we go to? I'm saying Florence. I'm saying stay in Florence, and if you can take a quick train ride up to Venice, to go see Venice for a day.
That's an easy idea.
Venice can be done in a day trip. Yep. I mean, we went to Murano and Burano and all of that.
That's a good
but
point.
you could do it in a day from here very easily and have a great time.
It's an hour 30-minute train.
Hour and 30 minutes. Super easy access to the train station from both places. So that's what I would do. But staying, I've had a lot more fun. I've just enjoyed Florence. I don't know. It's gotten in my blood. I've loved it. We're at the Central Market here in Florence up in the food court. This thing is unreal. They have so many different kinds of food.
That place I was looking at has like ciabatta bread with all these toppings on it, but they sell it by the kilo. Like you pick out the size and piece you want, and then they do it by weight, which is unique.
So I mean, there are sandwiches, chocolate, pastries, gelato, wine, beer. Is there anything? I mean, everything. The only thing, you know what I haven't seen though yet is oh look, it's a pizza place. Their pizza. Pasta. I haven't seen like the pasta with sauce place yet. I'm sure there is one.
Oh, it's right
there. Oh, there it is. Found it. But anyway, if you visit Florence, I would say this is an absolute must, especially if you're a food person like us.
Maybe 2 or 3 here.
I know, we should have eaten here more. It's our last day, and I kind of wish we would have discovered this a little bit sooner. All right, so we just had an amazing meal here at the Central Market. And behind me, it's actually Sunday, so it's closed, but they normally have all kinds of like fruits and vegetables. And there is a place in there that's supposed to be like this amazing tripe sandwich, which I've never eaten. I was gonna try it today, but they're closed. When you walk out, come right out to this massive market. It is just jam-packed with leather goods and all this stuff. The stuff's cheap, it's not good quality, but you know, if you want a leather jacket for a few years, I'm sure you're gonna get your money's worth. To give you an idea of the sheer scope of this market, and we're just on one little corner, but it goes all the way down. It wraps around that giant building, which is where we just were having lunch, and it goes back up and wraps around that way. This is the biggest market I've actually seen so far in Europe, and they do it every day. This isn't like a weekend thing, it's like an every single day thing. It's pretty awesome. We're just wandering around the streets in Florence. This is the Cathedral of what? Santa Maria Flore. And when you walk around, we are here in the very, very low tourist season. So it's a Sunday, so it's actually a little bit busier than most of the days that we've been out, but it's definitely not jam-packed. I'm sure in the summer on a Sunday, it's just absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah.
Tons of restaurants, lots of places to eat. If you want to buy a backpack or some suspenders, I just passed some suspenders. I can't imagine those are flying off the rack.
Suspenders, those are purse straps.
Well, they're purse straps.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there. You had like the Farrah Fawcett going there for a second.
The
with
freaking wind is not working.
Hard Rock Cafe for some reason. I don't really know why you would come to Florence, Italy, and go to Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, we
What
saw
do I
one
know,
in Venice too, which was.
I know, it's confusing to me. Like, it's.
But right out
whatever.
here.
Oh, we're about to come up on the square. The sun is hitting just wrong. My arm's tired. I need to get like a GoPro or something. But we are headed over to the higher end to get a leather jacket. Oh, we're out
See
to
the castle over here.
kind of the main square. That's the castle? I thought it was just a church. The only people allowed to drive here are these taxis. And so as you walk around Florence, you're not gonna see her in the main like part, I guess. The main area. Oh, fire truck. You're not gonna see a whole bunch of cars. You can kind of walk everywhere in the middle of the street. But they've got a huge, beautiful carousel. Street performers are here all the time playing. You can hear them. These guys actually play here a bunch, and they're really good. They play like jazz music. It's actually pretty awesome. But then just shopping, banks, everything that you need. Again, restaurants galore. It's been a beautiful city. We've really, really enjoyed Florence. Kind of wish we had a few more days here, honestly.
I know, they went so fast.
They did go fast. This is the Happy Quartet at Happy Quartet Music on Instagram. They're really good. I mean,
Really good.
the music's fantastic. It's one of the few like street performers I've heard that I'm like, oh, those guys are great.
We really, really enjoy every time we go.
Where are we headed?
We're headed to the leather store.
Which way though? I mean,
so here in Florence, it's definitely known for leather, and I have been obsessed with leather jackets always. I've never had a real leather jacket before, so it's something that I've really wanted. I've been kind of saving up, watching or spending. I've always really wanted to buy a real quality leather jacket that I can buy once and be done for my life. So we are at Ben Hart, which is a super high-end popular leather shop, one of the best rated in all of Italy, and definitely here in Florence. And we have had the best shopping experience ever. The entire store is impeccably styled. The vibe in here is amazing. The employees are phenomenal. I mean, Omar here has been helping with everything and shows you how the fits should work and make sure you get the perfect jacket for you. In addition to that, they actually stamp your initials into it. So this is one of the jackets that I got. The limited edition, so they put your initial here in the patch. And I am just beyond thrilled. Everything about the liner, it's just stunning. So in addition to that, Lance is getting himself a belt, and so lucky because Ben Hart himself was here when we got to the store, and I felt like we met one of the biggest celebrities ever, and the absolute sweetest. He was so kind, showed us around. We got talking about family. He has
Tokyo, New York, I think LA.
Yeah, there's one in LA. But he's just so down to earth, totally kind, so energetic. I was blown away. And his story is phenomenal.
Yeah, he had nothing and just
made himself like this empire that I have never met someone I think is more deserving than he is. So thank you so much, Ben Hart. It was beautiful getting to meet you today and hear about your family and your story. And I am so excited to wear this jacket through the rest of our travels or forever. Oh, look at it. It's so good. I love it. I'm so excited. I finally convinced him to try on the shoes he's been talking about for a few days. They're so good looking with the braided leather.
We just had the most incredible experience buying a leather jacket of all things, but the owner, who I'd actually read a lot about before we went to the store, was there at the store.
Beyond what my words know how to convey how freaking kind of a human being he is. And he's had amazing life experiences, and he was totally humble and so down to just chat with us.
So down to earth. And so we we had a blast, and Bethany now has a leather jacket.
I got both of them. I was really undecided between green and black, and I ended up with both of them. And I don't even feel bad.
And anyway, we are in this square. Beautiful day in Florence. It's warm. I'm gonna turn around because you can see the sun on me, but it's warm out. It's an amazing day, and we did just get a message from the kids that brings us down a little bit. One of our kids isn't feeling too good, so we're gonna get back real quick and take care of him and get him feeling better, and hopefully show you more of Florence. Kind of feel bad we didn't get to do as much here, at least show you as much. But we've spent a lot of time wandering and got so caught up our first few days we didn't really film as much as we probably should have. But I feel like we wandered through the entire metropolitan part of Florence and even into the outskirts a little bit. In the middle of nowhere to drop off a bag at a DHL drop center.
So this is going to be one of those spots we never forget.
Footage. All right, we came across these guys doing absolutely amazing chalk art, collecting. So if you got some change and you like what they do, it's worth giving them some change, but pretty darn impressive. The place has definitely taken a new face on Sunday. Just being here in the off season, and then on Sundays you have all these weekenders, and it's different, man. So we're out wandering some more in Florence. It's gotten a little chilly. So it's been one of my favorite cities to wander, though. It really has. It's just fun. The city, the more we're around it, the bigger the city becomes. Yes. For example, that giant fountain up there. I have never seen that. Fountain? Look up on the hill. Oh, gosh. So we were up above it where that's all those people. We were right there, but I had no idea that fountain was up there. And it's hard to tell in video form, but it actually was a great walk through that park. So up above there, you see all the people here. That is Michelangelo's Piazza. There's a copy of the David up there among the trees. And it's an incredible view of the city. You can see the whole city from there. There are so many different things to see. The architecture is amazing. I think it's crazy how all of a sudden you'll just come across what was clearly a castle of some point and is probably hundreds of years old, and the only part of it you can see the original is at the top, and they just plaster up the side and turn it into something else. Anyway, totally in love with walking around here. Something else I really loved about Florence is in a lot of these cities, you just have the same stores over and over and over again. You have all like the high-end shopping, and then you have a whole bunch of market shopping. It feels like Florence had a few stores that were both high-end and medium, but were original stuff that were actually interesting, that had especially in the leather, like when we talked about going to Ben Hart. But there's a lot of stores like that where it's just really cool, more one-of-a-kind merchandise. So if you're into that, if you're into getting stuff that's you're not going to see everywhere, that's high line, that's high quality, but you don't want to wear the exact same jacket that all your friends have or have the same bag, this is an awesome place to find that.
That's one thing I've enjoyed about Italy as a whole, is it seems like true artistry is really celebrated here and made available quite easily.
Yeah, it's a little less straight commercialized.
Yep.
And I like that. I enjoy that. So we've loved Florence. We really have. We've logged probably 20 some odd miles walking.
Easily.
Having the train proximity to the coast, just a quick, easy train ride.
Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes or so, hour and 40 minutes.
And if you want to, you can rent cars in Florence from the airport. We ended up not doing it because we don't want to deal with parking and stuff because we were going to a super busy event.
Yes.
But the rental car per day was only like 20 euro, like super
Not
cheap.
bad. Especially when you're buying multiple tickets for trains.
Yes.
What was it, 76 euro for one of our trains?
It ended up being 36 each way,
Oh,
so
36,
whatever that
this is not the first
amounts
class.
to.
So we've talked before about how we pack food when we go around with the kids, and that helps us save money. One of the other things that I think is important to recognize is because we're not on a specific timetable, we take breaks whenever we need to. So we are on our way to the Plaza of Michelangelo in Florence, and the kids were having a little bit of a meltdown, so we just paused. Get out some food, take a minute, let them get a drink, and usually once we feed them, they get a little energy rush, and then we can back on the road where we were. Plus, the view from you see the hillsides of Tuscan behind us, and we're headed to see all of Florence from up above. Pretty excited about that, but we do take it nice and slow as they need. Here at the train station, the boys ran off to get some sandwiches for us to eat for lunch. We've just got the three of us hanging out. The Florence train station is like super easy to navigate. The signs all work pretty well. There is like an underground to get across the street without having to cross the top road where the trams are. That if you are going to get on a bus from the train station, you buy your bus tickets here in the train station. The bus does not have them, so just a little tip there. Bus drivers don't check for tickets. It's your responsibility to get them and punch them. And then if they check and you don't have it, then from what we've heard, the fines are substantial. We haven't dealt with anyone ever checking, even though we have had our tickets. But you can also buy them at like tobacco shops and stuff. You'll see stickers in the window for bus tickets. But Florence is so walkable, really, outside of having to use the bus twice with our bags and once to get all the way out to drop off our bag and ship home, we haven't really needed them. What do you think of Florence, though?
I'm sad to leave.
Yeah? Did you like this city? What was your favorite thing here? What was your favorite thing here?
My Lego set. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. What happened?
So we went to a Lego store and I'm like, hey, Dad, can I get a Lego set with my birthday money? Because Mom told me I can. And as we're walking, and he's like, no. I'll ask Mom, and if she says yes.
And then I did say yes, huh?
Yeah,
So
and
you
he
got-
said he was 1,000,000% sure that she'd say no. So I got a Thanos Lego set.
From the real Lego store. That's the first Lego set from the Lego store, huh?
Second.
Lucky kid. Anyway, we're off to Rome.
Yay!